Hello everyone, X-Wall Kill Bethelite here. And they may as well make it a part of the religion that Jehovah's Witnesses don't even get funerals. That might as well just be part of the doctrine. They need to put it in a magazine that when a Jehovah's Witness dies, they're going to display their body in the Kingdom Hall and proceed to have a meeting where a person gets up and gives a talk and talks more about the religion than they do about the person who has just died. It's a shame that all these families have to sit and listen to another horrible JW talk. They got to sit and listen. It's bad enough they got to do it normally during the week, normally on a Sunday, where they listen to some uneducated, unprofessionally trained speaker ramble on about the end of the world. But now they got to listen to this after their loved one has just died. You got a person who is literally about to be put in the ground. And they have one ceremony, a funeral, before they do that. That whole time should be a time of reflection about that person, about that person's life, so that everybody can get to know that person a little bit better. Everybody should leave that place thinking, man, I learned a little bit more about that brother or that sister or that distant loved one. Man, that was a good service. We feel at peace. We feel comforted as we say goodbye, say our last goodbyes to the deceased. Well, no, unfortunately, they got to sit and listen to more JW garbage. Jehovah's Witnesses use funerals as a publicity stunt to try and gain more converts, just like they use everything else. Jehovah's Witness religion in a whole, as a whole, is just copy and paste disaster. This means the end of the world. Somebody dies. This means the end of the world. It's copy and paste. They copy the same jargon and paste it on any situation. School shooting. Well, paradise, end of the world. It'll be fixed then. Somebody dies. Well, paradise, end of the world. They'll be back then. A war. Well, paradise, end of the world. There won't be any war then. Copy and paste. You name the situation. COVID. Well, paradise, end of the world. There won't be any sickness then. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the same copy and paste over and over and over again. The religion is not complex at all. You can figure out the entire religion in one sitting. Okay, so let me get this straight. The end of the world's coming. And then after that, paradise and everything's fine then. But you got to be a Jehovah's Witness and you got to listen to these men in New York called the governing body to get there. Have I just summed up the entire religion of Jehovah's Witnesses? It's a shame. It's a shame that all these people, lived an entire life. And because they chose to be a part of that copy and paste cult, when they die, it's almost like their birthdays, right? Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate birthdays. Birthdays are non-existent to them. It's the same with funerals. You didn't get no birthday as a Jehovah's Witness. You didn't get to celebrate any kind of a holiday as a Jehovah's Witness. And you ain't even going to get no funeral. They're not going to celebrate the day you were born. And they barely going to commemorate the day that you died. What they're going to do is sit up there and talk about watchtower teaching, watchtower jargon. See if they can convert somebody in the crowd. That's all they care about. And the big kicker with that, the thing that is so ironic about Jehovah's Witnesses doing any and everything they possibly can, using every situation known to man. If you burn the toast, well, end of the world, paradise. We won't burn toast anymore. Like, it doesn't matter how hard they try. They're not bringing that many people in anyway. They're using the school shooting in Uvalde on their website to try to gain converts. They use any disaster that they can see on the news to gain converts. They use your death at your funeral to gain converts. And nobody joins anyway. This religion is super small. It barely grows. So they're doing all this. You're not getting no birthday. You're not getting no funeral, basically. They're going to put your body will be in the kingdom hall, or a picture of you, or however they decide to have the arrangement. Or if they even have that, they might just do it on Zoom. They might just have everybody hop on the computer and talk about watchtower jargon, and then that'll be it. You know what I mean? So you basically don't get anything. Everything is taken away from you. As a Jehovah's Witness, they take everything and try to use your everything to gain converts. But your whole life's wasted because you don't gain any converts. Look around the hall. Ain't nobody there new. How many Bible studies are these people bringing in? They may have a couple, and it may have taken them 10 years to get them. And then those couple, out of the few that they have, how many of them get baptized and become a JW? Hardly any, right? Like, all of it is a waste of time anyway. So these people aren't going to get, they ain't even going to get a funeral. Jehovah's Witnesses, they ain't even going to get a funeral. They're just going to use your dead body to try to gain more converts. It's a shame. This religion is really, really a shame. And it's sad when you think about it. It's something that it's hard to deal with death as a Jehovah's Witness. It's that bad. Because I'm was born and raised in that religion. And one thing that was always hard to figure out how to deal with is death. Not because you're sad and you're having a hard time overcoming the sadness. It's because all these Jehovah's Witnesses, they're not that close to each other. All these families are very fractured. They're very scattered. They only want to be friends with certain people. Families only want to claim certain people. So they're very fractured, right? They feel too good for people. So they don't associate with so many people that when somebody dies, I mean, the elephant in the room is we know them that well. We didn't even know the person that well. Yeah, they're a Jehovah's Witness, but we saw them at the hall. We maybe worked with them in service a few times, but we didn't know them that well, right? Jehovah's Witnesses, they're not that close knit. They have a small world because they're not supposed to fellowship outside of their little group. But their little group consists of very shallow thought. They don't think too much beyond copy and paste. Oh, that means the end of the world is coming. That's pretty much all with Jehovah's Witnesses. There ain't nothing else to think about. So when a person dies, and this is a relative, and you didn't even talk to them. You know what I mean? As a Jehovah's Witness, let's be real. We've had relatives die, and we wasn't close to them because they're Jehovah's Witnesses and they wouldn't really even talk to us. Or maybe you were close to them. But the other family that comes together at that funeral, you don't know half of them because half of them weren't Jehovah's Witnesses. You see what I'm saying? There's splintered relationships. And that's what it's hard to figure out how to deal with death because everybody else is simple. Everybody comes together, they grieve, they talk, they eat together. With Jehovah's Witnesses, it's the awkward, I don't really talk to none of these people type of a situation, right? Yeah, all these people gathered together at your funeral and you didn't even talk to half of them. You weren't close to very many of them. Jehovah's Witnesses are not it's not a loving type of a organization. It's one of those where we think we're better than everybody else because we think we figured out that the end of the world is coming and nobody else can figure it out. So we think we're smarter than everybody else. That's what that is. It's more pride than anything else. It's not a loving organization. So they use funerals to promote the religion, which is super sad. And at the funeral, you don't even know what to say. What do you say to Sister So-and-so who you don't even talk to? She don't talk to you because you ain't been to the hall. So now y'all got a loved one that's dead and you can't even really show love because y'all don't have love. Y'all don't talk. Y'all don't associate. Half the people at the funerals, Jehovah's Witness funerals, they don't really talk to each other. They don't know each other that well. Jehovah's Witness funerals are weird. If you're born and raised in it and somebody dies, it's weird, right? Either you didn't know them that well, or half the people that's about to be coming to the funeral that you're related to, you don't know none of them. All because that religion separates people. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. X Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.